Welcome back to the third part of the Rogue State playthrough, which virtually certain will be the last one. Basically it's the third era, but we've left it last time where I wasn't sure about this purging. He was a level 6, so it means that these two increase their skill level now straight away, which could be useful. That one not so much, because we've already utilised that one. In fact, it's not useful because it costs us extra with the coup. So I don't know whether I've done... Anyway, as I'm going through this one, I've been through my explanations for a lot of things, so I will just dive on with things, and I won't go into as much detail about explaining what I'm doing, because for those of you who've been listening to it for what, it's an hour and a half now, you're going to be pretty bored if I go through, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. So anything new, I'll still explain. Anything else, I'll just carry on. So we've done the resources. This is me jumping in too quickly. We had this, so we might use this or not. Natural, critical events, natural disasters. We roll a 3, so no natural disaster. Revolution, we're on A, so that's the A bracket. So as long as we don't roll a 1, no revolution this turn, no chance of 1. No. So no effect. The coup now, there could be, because 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5. So 4.5, round down to a 4. So we're there. But we can deal with that if it comes about. So oh, I'm not looking at that. So I turned my head away in case you didn't see that. So I don't know what that was, but we need a buff 4. And it's a 9. So no effect. Coalition offensive. We are it's a regional tension to 2, so we're there. So we need above a 4 again for this one as well. And we've got a 4. So, and there also is this card, which is a negative modifier against us. So, but that's for later. So we leave that in effect. Now this is where I could jump in the front. We could issue a threat, but threats, because of this card, threats don't have any effect, so it's pointless. So anyway, leave that for now. No point worrying. So we're not going to issue a threat. Adjust the regional tension count, so it goes down. I still don't know we've got any nuclear capability. In fact, if we did issue the threat, it gives away some of that. So we are going to roll 6-sided dice for the regional tension. It's a 5, so it goes up by 2. Budget resource. So I need to start getting these guys up. So I'm going to use this for this turn. Well. 2 in that one. Do I get the military up as well? Let's see where we go. We've already got a base score of 6 on this, so I don't think I need to... I don't think I'm going to apply any counters to that, because we only need to get to there. So I'm going to leave that. This... we want to try and get this technology. This would have a good effect on our fan. So again, we're on 6. Plus 2 for negotiation. He's going to be replaced at the end of this turn, so we need to utilise that. So we're on 8 and we need 14. So let's put 2 counters in there. So we're 6, 7, 8, we're 10. So we just need 4. We can't do anything with that guy, so that's effective. Do I want to get I'm going to get my military capability up again. So we're going to allocate an extra resource to this, get it up to level 3. Yeah. And we've got 3 counters left here still. I'm going to save them. Let's see. Can't do anything with that. We're still in danger of this coalition offensive wiping us out. But let's carry on. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm forgetting about this card here. So we can adjust this. We could put 3. I'm going to put 2 counters there. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it now. So what it's saying is I can roll 2 6-sided dice, and for each resource counter that I apply, which is 2, so I roll, and I gain 3 tutor points for each even number rolled. So I'm going to roll 2. If I get 2 even numbers, I get 6 points. If I don't roll any, I get none. I don't get any. A 5 and a 3. Brilliant. So I wish I'd forgotten about that and not. So I'm just discard that now. Just get it out of the way. So on with this. So we go up to level 4 production. That goes up. Nuclear development, nothing we can do this turn. Military, we're now up to level 3. Only modifier on that is a 6. So 6 plus 2 dice rolled, plus another 6, which is okay, because that's there, nothing. We're now going to try and get this technology. 6, 7, 8, plus negotiation 2, so we've got 10 already. So we need 4 or more. And we've got a 10. So we have got this technology, so we can now start working on development up to there, which will get us some extra points at the end. What I haven't done is right, let me leave that because this could affect it, because I added on the negotiation, but I didn't roll first to see if there's any effect to Russia and China relations with North Korea. So let me just roll and see if I get a 1, 2 or a 3. No, so it didn't have any effect, so I could have worked it out backwards, but no problem with that. Again, it's me not using the player guide when I should do. So we now do this offensive. So what we do, +1 adjustment factor applied to the triggered coalition offensives. So it's been triggered. We can't use a threat, which we didn't use. So that goes to the right, which we don't like. But our protection is +2. So it goes down 2. Our military deterrence is level 3, but it's still only a value of 1. It goes up next turn. So, but it goes down another. So that's helped, but we're still in danger here. Big danger. So we don't want a 1 or a 2. And we got a 3. So we just got away with it. Just. So no coalition offensive. End of turn. Critical events reset. Let's roll. Oh no, not quite on that bit. Nuclear audit. See if they discover what we're doing. And it's a 1, so they do. So they now know that we're at level 3. And because they've discovered it, increase regional tension +1 for every 2 spaces it's increased. Well, it's increased by 2, so it goes up to 4 there. And it will have an effect, slight effect on some other things. So yeah, so that's me just working things out in my head now how it affects them. Check event card, discard conditions. So this one, if we roll a 1, 2 or a 3, we can discard it, please. Roll a 1, 2 or 3, 5, so it's still in place. Infrastructure goes down. These guys, all this stuff comes off the board. The resource tokens. we got here? So we've got this guy, stays on 6, gets the highest level it can be. This guy we re-roll for 1. So he goes, that's not good. At least we're on A at the moment. So this guy as well, re-rolls. And he's a 1, so we can't have it any lower. This one goes up to level 2. I don't do very well for ministers, but at least there won't be not much chance of a coup happening next turn. Foreign debt, I don't think there's been any change to. And so let's move these cards out of the way, because we're now into the 3rd era. So let's see what we get here. That's the re-entry vehicle, so that is this information. I don't know that we'll get to use it, because that would mean we're doing very well with nuclear defence. I think the next level is probably as far as I'm going to go, but we'll see. Yonpyong bombardment. Escalated artillery engagement between the north and the south. So, these go down. Don't want that. +2 to regional tensions. We really don't want that as well at the moment. And +3 Chucha points. So that goes to one side. So we've got 6 there, because there was a hatchet incident earlier as well. Now I do have, I didn't use it, -8. I can use this because I was still in step 1. -8 Chucha points one time, but -2 to a revolution. That's not the revolution though, it's the coalition I'm in danger with. So no, not a lot I can do apart from get the military up, get them to a level 2. Okay, so let's see how we go here now. Level 6, 18. Brilliant. No negatives, but we can only get 14 plus the one we've already got. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14. Critical events. Natural disaster. No. Revolution, we're on A. So we're there. So as long as it's not a 1, it's not. So we're okay here. The only scoring minister there is this guy who gets just 2, so it goes there, so long as it's not a 1 or a 2, and it's a 1. So we are in a little bit of danger there. And there is something I can do that will help us actually there. I'll come back to that. And this is the one we don't want to. Regional tensions are 6, so we're right up here. We're in danger of getting wiped out here on this one. Because we've still got this rogue state card here where I can't even threaten them. So we want a 9, 10, 11 or a 12. We haven't got it, so that's going to stay high. I can do what I can by putting some in the military anyway. We may not get to the end of this game again, although I think we've done enough of it that it gets goes into it. But you know, people will follow what goes on. So, issue a threat or a launch order is the next bit. Well, no, because there's nothing. I can't. It doesn't do me any good. So dissipation 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if it increases again. 1. So there's no increase. It's due to any demilitarized zone. But ambient effects. The estimate's +1 now, so that goes up by 1 each turn. You've also got, you have the economic sanctions. I mean, that have an effect. It's the estimated -1, but the ambient effect there is just a 1, so -1, so it's 0 anyway, which is why I didn't go into it. So we've done that. Now it's what? And here's where my thoughts are. I can do an additional purge. Now this one, you done his usage because he's had that, so I'm going to purge him, which will then, and I'm going to do this straight away because it'll affect my calculation. So I just roll the dice to purge him back down because he's going to be a new minister. It's a 3, so divided by 2 to 1.5, rounded up, so it's a 2. But it upskills all these because they're lower skilled. So it makes my dice rolling slightly easier. Now, what I do want to do is get my military up to there because it gets me an extra defence bonus against the coalition. So we're going to have to allocate 4 counters here. Counters there. Okay, 2 here to keep this up. Can't do anything with that at the moment. We do want to keep that. I say we're doing all this and we could be at the last term, but we'll see. So we've got 2 plus we need 4. So 5. Do we try and increase the nuclear capability as well? Oh, we've got the coup as well. Forgetting about that, I'm thinking about the military. So I'm going to... Oh, sorry, because I've done a purge of the high skilled minister, that'll reduce it by 2 when we get to it. So that brings it down. So I don't need to allocate anything extra to that. I'm not going to allocate to that this turn. Diplomacy is as high as it can be at the moment, although it can go down. And I can't research that because we're not there. So there's not a lot. I could put an extra 3 to there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep these. See where we get. So no increase there. That's staying as it is. Oh, going up then down. No, still roll for this because we've got 3. So if I get an 11 or a 12, we do increase our nuclear capability. No, we don't. I'm any further away. Military. I did allocate 4, didn't I? Yeah, 4. So military's up to level 4. Then the social economy, we're on 5 plus the 2 for skill level 7. 2 dice. 12. So we would go up to, but we're at the highest, so that's good. We now check that our relations with our communist allies don't degrade. Regional tensions are at 3. No, score of 12, so there's no problem with that. So there's nothing for that guy to do either. So we've done all that. Let's resolve the coup. It goes down to there because of the purge, so there's no effect now. This is the one. So it goes up 1 because of the rogue state card. It goes down 2 because of our allies. And it also goes down another 2 because of our protection. Our military levels increased enough that we are becoming a bit of a threat now. We're now going to roll 12-sided dice. And we want higher than a 5. And we got 10. So we're still in the game. You could probably hear the relief in my voice then. So that's this turn done. So move these back. Nuclear audit, we're at the same level, so there's no audit to be done. Check the event cards. We want to try and get rid of this. 1, 2 or a 3 will get rid of this card. And it's a 2. We're finally rid of it, so off that goes. So that helps us a little bit. Increase infrastructure, decrease it, sorry, at 1 level. Get rid of all these cards. You can't hear me breathing in the background because I'm quite close to the microphone here, and I've just had a bit of a cold. Not COVID, as everyone says, yeah, but yeah, I'm conscious I'm a little bit wheezy. So we've got the counters. Advanced cabinet ministers, so this guy goes up to a 3. This guy goes to a 3 as well. So does this one. This one to a 4. Foreign debt has no change there. And we're into 2016. Let's get straight on with things. There is another chit in here that's not that one. Re-entry vehicle we've already got, so I'll just discard that one. And it's got the US ultimatum. West grows weary of incessant threats from, I think we've been quite nice to them, but actually export market up, so that's good. If the estimated nuclear I'm not sure what's development limit is greater than 2, which we're on 3. Coalition offensive is triggered this term with a trigger factor of 5. Threats do not provide nuclear deterrence, adjustment factor this. So threat factor of 5 is up here. So again, we're in a bit of trouble, but I think we're either there or higher last time, so not the end of the world. Well, could be the end of the world for our world, but we'll see. We've got things we can do to, well, things we are putting in place. As long as we don't want that to go down. That's quite important. Let's have a look at counters. 3 minutes to 15. No, nothing to come off. And we're alright. So we've got 15. We've got 3 in the bag as well. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15. Plenty of counters to play with. Let's have a look at these. Natural disaster. No. Revolution. We're at A. So as long as I don't roll a 1. No. A coup. We've got to score 1 because of that, but you round it down, so you got a 2 in brackets and a 0 in brackets. So again, as long as it's not a 1, and it's not, and that one's already been triggered. No point looking at threats because they don't have any effect this time. Regional tensions goes down. Let's look at demilitarized zone 2. So it doesn't increase at all, but it increases because we're at level 3 here. Now, budget resources. We've only got 3 turns left, so we want to be getting things up as much as we can. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to get up to level 5. Just keep that as it is. Now I'm going to put 5 of these counters here. I'm going to take a risk and not allocate anything there because at the moment there's nothing for it to do. We've got a 3, so we do need to allocate a few here. I'm going to have 3 allocated to this, and then I'm going to have 2 allocated here, so it's a bit of a punt still because we've got 6, so we need 8 or more. And that's it. So that goes up to level 5. That goes up there. This is the nuclear one. So we've got 6. We need 14 or higher to move to the next level. 6 and 6, 12. So no effect there. Military deterrence level has gone up. So that goes up by 1. Then social economy, 3 plus 3, that's our base score, it's 12, so that will go by 2, so that's fine. We now roll this, tensions are at 2, so we don't want 1 or a 2. Now we've got 9, so that no effective relations, which helps us defend against this. Nothing to do in the diplomacy, box. And we then, I'm just going to have to pause it to let my cat in just a minute. Apologies for that. I've got a cat sat next to me, trying to stop her jumping on the board as she sometimes does. So we now go on to this coalition offensive, which again could end the game. Now what we don't have is the other card had that +1 modifier. We haven't got that. So we've got the protection value of Russia and China, so it's 2, so we go down by 2. And also our military is now at 2, so we go down by 2 there. So what we don't want is a 1, 2 or a 3 here. And it's an 8, so we're all right. And that card's a 1-off as well, so that will go, so no effect. So that is the end of this turn. So we move all these back. Nuclear audit, we're at the same. Event card discussions, well that disappears, so that's good news. That goes down by 1. Let's get rid of these tokens. I was just thinking, did I make a mistake? Because I've got the military up at the same level as the industrial production, but because of the way it's done, you do your industrial production, so it raises it to level 5, so the military has never been above that level, so I think that's fine. Advanced cabinet ministers, I think most of them are going to 4. Up to a 5. So we probably do want to have a good go at getting that. No change to the foreign debt limit, although we should look at reducing that if we can, but now we're in 2023. Yeah, I'm just mulling over how we do this now, because we've got 2 turns left. Do we bother about reduce that? Basically that score comes off, so we've got 18 to come off. But to reduce it, basically you put 1 amount of revenue, reduce it. But what I'm thinking is, if say I put 6 to that, it increases that, and then you've got the 6 multiplied by the 5. See, that's worth an extra 5. It's worth more. It's just worth, I don't know. Anyway, worry about that next turn. Well, not next turn, after next, I should say. So we've got 3s. And that's the one I didn't want. That's the last thing that affects. So that's missile defence. So it goes under there, and it comes into effect if it's the coalition offensive, which adjustment factors is plus the number of turns since the missile defence was operational. So this turn it won't have an effect. Next turn it's a +1 modifier. Imagine if you draw it there, by you get to here, it's quite a sizable modifier. Cyber attacks. The US hacks uranium enrichment equipment, crippling production. If actual nuclear deterrent development level 5 has not been achieved, -1 to actual NDL, and set E, the estimated, at the same, else discard. So that goes up. But also, well, we haven't achieved level 5, so they've knocked our capabilities back down there. They're nasty people, because that is a multiplier as well. So I need to get back up to level 3. Fortunately. Anyway, so on with resource tokens. Level 5, skill level 4, 17 tokens, no negative. So we get 17. 17 tokens. Now, critical events. Natural disaster. We're alright. Really don't want that to hit us this turn. Revolution, we're at A still, so we're there. 4, so no effect. Coup, 1, 2, 3, 4.5, down to 4, so it's there. So we need 5 or higher, and we've got a 5, bang on, so we're alright. Now, coalition offensive. What are we at? Regional tensions are 2, so we're here. So we need above a 4 for this one as well. 6, so we're alright. To be honest, at that level it's not too bad because we've got protection of 2 and we've got 2, so it would have dropped it right down. So that is no. We can't issue a threat anymore because we're not at level 3 because of the filthy capitalist pigs in America. Just regional tension, so we go down by 4. We don't have the ambient oh, we do still have the ambient effect there because the estimated is there. So all this asset is in the incidents, and there's been slight incidents, so that goes up by 1 plus 1 for the nuclear levels. Now, what do we do here? I'm not going to increase that, I don't think. I'm going to do that next turn if I have the ability. I'll try and increase this. So, and funnily enough, I'm not going to put 2 to there, because if I do, there's only a difference of, oh, I'm on here now. But I've only got 2 turns, so what I'm doing is spending 2 tokens to have 1 effect. So over the next 2 turns, I would spend 4 tokens. Oh, no, sorry, there's only 1 more lot of resources. So I'm not doing it. Hope that makes sense to you. What'll happen is I don't do it, so it drops down 1. So it's cost, I lose 1 token on the final turn, but I've spent 2. So I lose out by 1. So I'm not doing that. I've got to spend 5 on the military. I'll increase that next turn. Otherwise, again, I will have to pay an extra token for the upkeep next time, as well as the extra token to increase it this time. So this is the one I really need, although I do need bits on these. So we're going for, we've got 5. We need to get to 14. So that's 8, 9, 10. Bearing in mind, I'm going to do belt and braces here. Just wondering whether to increase that production level next time. No, I'm not. No. Let's go with that. Or do I take a risk? Yeah, I'm going to increase this up to 6. Because we're all about the final score now. Unfortunately, we haven't got any triggers this time, so we've only got 1 more turn to survive. Okay. Yeah, done. So let's implement policies. So we're up to the maximum level on this. That doesn't do anything, although it will drop down. Nuclear development now. We've got a score of 11 here with these, and we need 14. 8. So easily over there. So we go up to there. That will drop. He will be a new minister next time as well. So military stays as it is because we've got that. This one could be risky now because we haven't allocated any resources. So it's 4 plus whatever we roll. And a 9, so 13, so we're alright, stays as it is. Russia and China relations, we're at 3 tensions and a 10, so they stay as they are. Diplomacy, nothing for us to do. So that's it for that turn. That's everything. No triggered factors, so that was a good turn. So we look like we're going to get to the end of this game. Threats, nuclear odd. Now we're in front slightly, so we're all here. 1, 2 over 3, and it's a 2. So they now know where we are, but it's not increased by 2. So it doesn't cost us anything in visual tension. Event discard, well, yeah. This event's gone, it's done its damage. That one I'm going to discard because I'm not going to use it now because it'll lose 8 future points. -2 to Revelation Trigger. Well, the last turn I'm going to be on A, so I'm discarding that early. Well, not early because it is. Decrease this, so as I say, it goes down by 1. Move all the resources back. So the main thing to do next turn is avoid any disaster. Get that military level up. And if we can, the nuclear development, although that will be tricky, as you'll see, because we're going to have a new cabinet minister in there. So he goes to 5, which is pretty good for last turn. This guy goes to 5. This guy goes to 5. And he could do with a good roll here for this new minister. 3. So divide by 2, 1.5, round up. So it's 2. 2. So foreign debt stays the same. Don't know if we're going to be able to get that down, but we'll see. Turn. So let's get on with the final turn. I don't think there's anything in here, but let's just missile defence, which we've already got, and the other one was no event, so that was finished with. Final card. The sinking of the Chianan. Republic of Korea naval vessel destroyed by the North Korean torpedoes. Well, it was in our area. So we've got +2 to regional tensions. Not great. But we've got another 3 future points to go on the end. So we've now amassed 6, 9 for our final score here. But we have to avoid coalition offensive. That is, oh sorry, the foreign didn't. Oh, so it stays. It's the import stays as it is. So I should have moved that out of the way, but I've got it all ready for the final score, and I'll put them there. No more cards to be drawn. That's that done. Resources level 5, 19 -2, so it's 17. Limit is 18, so we're all right with 17. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've got a nice wedge of resource tokens for the last turn. What we don't want is any of these taking our counters away. Don't want a natural disaster, so let's roll for the natural disaster. 5, so we're all right. Revolution, we're at A. So we don't want to roll a 1. 6, we don't. It's no effect. This is the dodgy-ish one. But I've got a plan for if this happens. So it's not, got 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So it's 4.5 down to 4. So we need above a 4 here. And it's a 6, so we're all right. Regional tensions are at 5 here. So this is awkward. Let's go. 11. We're all right. So that's perfect final round for the critical events. Threat factors go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter. They could affect that, which demilitarise zone any instance. Yes, just about 1. Ambient effect of 1. No threats issued. We're not going to issue a threat. And we now try and maximise things. So 3, 4, 5, 6 we're going to allocate to the military to get that up to level 6. We're allocating nothing here because it's the final turn, so we don't have to do this board again. We're allocating nothing here. We've got 2. We need to get 14 to get up here. So 3, 4. How many should we do? And then do 9, all 9. So that gives us the 11 base score. And these 2, I'm going to put back in circulation, which reduces the foreign debt down to 16. How do I chuck another one in and risk it? No, because this gets us far more points. Because again, it's a multiplier. Okay. So, nothing allocated here. That goes down. Doesn't matter at this point. Nuclear development, this is the one we really want. So we've got 2 plus 9, so we've got 11. And a 5. So that actual goes up to there. Now, military. We allocated 6. You see, 6. So that goes up to the highest level. 5 is the base score here. So it doesn't really matter for this. 5 plus 9, 14. So we're all right. Stay as it is. See if US-Chinese relations. US. Sorry. 11. So we're fine. No weakening of our relations there. Nothing to do with diplomacy. So that is pretty it. Let's just go through the reset phase, see what we do. A nuclear audit roll. So if it's 1, 2 or 3, they discover that we've increased again. So it's 9, so no, they stay there. I've already moved that down earlier than I should actually. So we're just throwing debt limit. Because we reduced it by 2, the debt limit will go down by 2. And that's it. We have finished the game. So let me get my little board out. 1, 3. Just don't want to move anything that might. These don't affect anything at the moment. So let's get those there. And let's get our scoring system here. So hoping we've done quite well. Calculate the final score. Add the final industrial production level, 1 to 6, so 6, and the final military strength level, 6. So we've got a score of 12, and multiply the total by 5, so we've got 60, take away 10. So we've got an initial score of 50. Now, multiply the resulting number from that step by the nuclear factor below based on the final actual nuclear development level. So this is why I wanted to go up to 4, you see, because at level 3 it was only 1, so we'd have stayed at 50. 1.3. Which is, my brain's not going to work now, is it? So it's, it is obviously an extra 15 points. Chucha points. 1.3. So 1.3. So we're now on 65. Subtract the final foreign debt, which is 16. So we're now back down to 49. If the game did not end with a launch order, we didn't. I did mention in one of my things about you can launch nuclear weapons, which is. You also get -8 if regional tensions are less than 6. Well, they are, because we kept it on good terms. So we're down to 41. -8 if social economy is less than C. C, well, it's not, it's A. -8. I've missed out one little bit. -8 if Russia-China relation is weak, or they're not. So that's fine. So we're on 41. But we've also got these cards, as we said, extra chucha points. 3, 3, 3. So we've got another 9. So we've finished with a final score of 50, which I can tell you is my best score. Let's see where the evaluation puts us. We've gone to remarkable leadership. Just. Your leadership has embodied the Chucha ideal as you have led the DPRK to greatness and power. Your memory will be forever cherished in the hearts of the people. So not quite the top banding, well, only just in the remarkable leadership, but it's my best score. And I enjoy this game, actually. It's first time I played it, I wasn't sure about the replayability, because you're just on one board doing one thing, and I don't know whether over time you'll get things, but the critical, what really, these critical events, you can be going well, and if, for instance, that last turn, if we'd have had a natural disaster, lost 5 tokens, we might not have been able to get the military up, or not got this through. It could have been a revolution. So it's always in the balance. It's a complete balance net, and you never have enough tokens. That game went pretty well, but there was still so many times where I was thinking, oh, if only I could do this. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. And we've got to the end of it on my my second attempt, and I hope you tune back in soon. Thank you.